Okay,
Okay.
so I'm starting.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, welcome all. My name is Christos Lolas. I'm head of product at Hosthub. And today we're very happy to welcome you in this webinar where we will discuss the hot aspects, the hot subject of the day is actually AI, artificial intelligence, and how this can help for hosts of short-term rentals to optimize their operations, and also how the AI can help to improve the guest experience, the overall experience of short-term rental guests. In this webinar, we're also very happy to have Dana Young from AIPEX. Hello, Dana. Do you want to say a couple of words about you?
You bet. Dana Young, part of the team here at AIPEX, and we've been working on AI since actually 2017. So, and specifically with respect to application to short-term rentals and in particular guest engagement.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So let me give a brief overview of what we will discuss today. We will split this webinar into two sections, into two parts, let's say. During the first part, Dana will present some ideas about how AI can improve the guest experience, and also will give some insights regarding the AIPEX product and what features it has and how it can help both hosts and guests to optimize the overall experience. And in the second part, I will give a short presentation of Hosthub, what we do, and we will present some ideas of how AI can help guest operations, mainly actually the host operations, mainly in various aspects of their operations workflows, and also give maybe some insights of what Hosthub is working at related to AI, so that we can give you a sneak preview of what comes next. So Dana, if you want, you can start your presentation. Also, let me remind you that when we finish both presentations, we will have some time for a Q&A session where you can write your questions in the chat, and we can answer them one by one, based also according to the time that we will have. So Dana, the stage is on you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Christos. So yeah, let's talk AI for guest engagement in particular. This is true across the board, isn't it? What we want as hosts, and by the way, I'm a host as well, and a lot of what you see here is because of the first hand view that we on the AIPEX team have of hosting, and we saw needs in the guest experience where we could apply AI. So what do we want? We want delighted guests. We want them to spend more money with us. We want them to come back. We want them to tell everybody how great the experience was. And if possible, we want to do all that at the same time as spending less time achieving that objective. So how can AI help? Number one, as it relates to the workload that you have and the way that guest engagement works, to the extent that you can offload, it's fantastic. The idea too would be, hey, what are those points at which guests really want to self-serve? So we want to reduce points of potential frustration where they can just get quick and easy answers without having necessarily to be involved in that. And then what about the other side of it? Really, the idea of creating as many ways in which we can delight the guest during their stay just weaves into the overall objective that we have, and provides a level up from all the other amenities that we're providing as a part of being a host. So with that in mind, what are some specific AI system design choices that we've made in order to make that possible? I will share my top 5 with you. And I'm going to go side by side here for the remainder, just to give you a view of a actual interface. This is what guests see on their phone, and we have a mock-up basically on the website where the actual interface is inserted, and that's what you're seeing here. So the first thing that I'll point out is that this interface is available as a link to all the guests that are in a group. And of course, that's really important, because if you're only interfacing with the guest as the person that organized the group, you're leaving a lot of interaction on the table, right? And oftentimes that is the case. There's one person where you have a lot of interaction because maybe they're emailing, they're using the Airbnb or the Vrbo app to communicate back and forth with you as a host. But if you have a link available, you can distribute that link and encourage the organizer, the group organizer, to distribute that link to all the guests across the group. The other thing I'll point out is that with a link, there's no download required, right? This isn't an app that the guest has to prepare for their trip by downloading. So we have this visual menu of options available. It defaulted to during your stay because this is an active reservation in this particular property that I have up. But if I click the menu, I can see that the top level is organized by the phases of the guest journey. So before arrival, check-in, during your stay, departure. And if I click down into any of these, you can see the options available underneath those. The other thing to point out is that those are sort of this tile view where I can tap and begin an interaction, but then there's just this field down here, ask me anything. So that is the beauty of AI, right? The opportunity to allow guests to just ask questions directly and get answers to those questions. The last point here I'll make is, in addition to this interface, we also support the ability to have guests have the same kinds of interactions through an in-property device. So if I move over here to this tab, you'll just see a quick view of the two different ways. So we're focused on this mobile interaction right now, but these are standard Alexa devices that you can put into your property, and those Alexa devices get special software downloaded, which is custom made for hospitality. And we partner with Alexa Smart Properties organization to make that possible. And so the same kinds of things that you get on your phone are also available in property. All right. So that's a little bit kind of an overview of what we think are important elements of a user interaction for an AI system. Another thing that we think are really important attributes are that it is proactive and action-oriented. If I just collapse this menu, you can see, okay, here's the AI interface. We have a message from our host here because this is a one-time event where we're being welcomed as guests. I'll mute this so you don't hear the audio, but this is an opportunity to just weave in a personalized touch for you as the host. You know, a lot of times you think about AI as disengaging guest interactions so that the guest doesn't talk to you, they talk to AI, and that seems like it is you're losing connection to the guest. But in this case, we're using this tool as a way to help encourage and put a face to a name. So this is another element that we think is important. You can see here, I'm being prompted, would you like a menu of options? The other thing that was on that, I think was the previous slide, we have not only the ability for a guest to ask any question at any time, but also have your content automatically organized for you, where the guests can see the different topics that are available, and then explore those as they'd like. So let's go ahead and let the host know that we're checking in as a opener. So I'm prompted. Do you want to confirm that I should notify your host? I'll say yes to that. And I get a confirmation. I've let your host know that you've arrived. And in a second, you may hear that was it. My phone just dinged because I happen to be the host at this property. And I got a notification that guests at Maple Point Lodge have checked in. So another thing is, in terms of proactive, action-oriented, you'll see that we were just offered an opportunity to see some fun outdoor activities, because it looks like the weather at this location where this property is going to be great. So I can say yes, and oh, it looks like the host has provided 2 curated recommendations for me. One of them is riding, horseback riding, and the other one is zip lining. So that sounds interesting. Tell me more about that. And you can see there's images available, and then I have these buttons available to get me more information. I get a description of why the host thinks this would be a fun thing to do. If I tap address, I can see where this is at specifically. And then I have the option here to click in to get driving directions. This is going to open up on a phone. It would open up a new tab. In this case, it's just opened up a new browser tab for me. But basically, yeah, you just hit the directions button and you'll be off and running to the zip line. All right, so you've seen the ability for support for images and for video. I haven't really shown something about the property itself, so why don't I ask this question? So this is it's sort of a unique coffee machine, not the typical. I've decided that on my iPhone, I wanted to create a short little video to let guests know how to use this coffee machine in case there's any confusion. You can see how easy it is for guests to get this information. And it's not, just a sort of text description of what to do, but it's showing them little by little how to go through the process. The other thing that you can add is actual audio files where you can deliver information or instructions in your own voice, if you like. And that sort of completes the multimedia effect. All right, let's talk about responses. So you see me go through a few responses here. The very basics are, there are the set of curated content that the host has made available for guests using our portal. So just again, a really simple example, something in the property. If I'm setting about making dinner and I'm ready to grill, but I can't find the barbecue utensils, hey, here's a quick answer. And obviously, that's a curated response that the host has provided that information for. Let's extend that and ask a question for which I know on this property, it's kind of maybe a silly question in some ways, but I'm looking for more paper towels, and I don't know where they are. In this case, with this property, I haven't yet provided any information about where to find extra paper towels. So when that happens, the system offers to send the quick question to the host about that. So would you like me to do that? I can say yes. All right, I can get a hold of your host and text you the info. Give me your phone number and I'll text you back. Provide my number. It'll confirm. I'll say, yep, that's my number. And that's it. So now, as the host, I'll receive a text message that lets me know that the guest, there it comes in now, the guest is a question about something about the property. I can then click a link and provide the answer for where extra paper towels are stored, and that'll get sent straight back to the guest. How about saving time with possible repetitive questions? This is one that I hear from hosts a lot. So the guest thinks that the refrigerator is broken because they've just loaded it up with a few cases of drinks and all the groceries from their week-long stay. So there's an offer to contact the maintenance team for this, but hey, I've got some troubleshooting tips that might help. Can I share them with you first? So I'll say yes to that. And basically, it's the answer that you would personally deliver if you were trying to get guests over the hump that the refrigerator isn't actually broken. Just give it some time, 3 or 4 hours. It'll cool down. Your drinks will be good to go. So how about if I ask a question for something that there is not yet any curated content for? The host hasn't yet provided any information about something that's not property related, but it's in the local area. So I like go-karts. What if we, as a group, wanted to go check out go-karts in the area? So here you see the text bubble turns white, and it indicates that the host hasn't yet provided a curated answer. So I turned to external sources using the AI tools, and it provides a place where I can go go-karting. So it's like a substitute answer for all those times in which there may be questions asked that the host hasn't yet provided curated content for. All right, let me give you a peek at what the portal experience is, because you might be asking, well, that sounds like a lot of work to provide a bunch of curated content so the AI can deliver answers. Like, doesn't that take a lot of time? And we've got tools to help with that. So one of the main tools is this thing we call the content generator. And here you can see that there are many hundreds, 900 different topics available that are all property or hospitality related. And I can just ad hoc pick a few of these, or I can also pick a group of them. For example, maybe the top 30 dining and drink topics, and those will be selected here. And now if I hit generate, the AI will go out and not use its training data. We don't rely on the AI's training data, but we rely on real world assets in the digital world to go grab information about, in this case, the top dining and drink things in the area in which guests might ask about, and it'll create recommendations for those things that we can then go tweak and tune, maybe to fit our individual preferences as a host for what the recommendations should be. All right, so if I move on to the last piece of what I wanted to share, the other thing that's really important in terms of like design elements for an AI guest engagement solution is to look at what the guests are asking about, right? If I go over here to reports and usage reports, you can see we have this tool set for analytics to be able to get all sorts of information about the topics that guests are asking about. If I click on report filters, you can see that, oh, okay, so this goes across multiple properties. So as many properties as I have in the system here, it'll provide that holistic view that includes all the properties, or I can just select any subset that I want, and then I can give it a date range. I can also, like I was referring to earlier, say I only want to see the interactions that come through the in-property devices, the Alexa devices, or I also want to see mobile, as an example. So the dashboard view shows me the total interactions, number of questions asked, all of the, the pie chart that shows the different topics that guests have asked about for the top content items. And then if I scroll down a bit, you can see questions without answers, opportunities to improve guest experience by adding content. So this is the idea of when guests ask things that you don't yet have curated responses for, it keeps track of all that, and it prompts you to guide the content, the curated content, in the direction that guests are asking. And that saves you time too, because you're not just kind of making guesses about what guests are interested in, but you can follow the guest's lead. And then finally, down here in the dashboard, there's all these other ways in which we're tracking the usage of the system to just understand what you're getting out of your investment. So that's kind of the quick highlights of what we think are important elements. The final thing to point out is for mobile, there's actually a free version available in which many of the things that I shared with you here this morning are available for no cost for up to 5 properties. And those AI capabilities can be augmented by a few additional things that help pay the bill on our side. But I would say probably 80-85% of what you saw is all included in the free version. If you wanted to give it a try, there's the link to do so. So thanks for the time, and Christos, I'll turn it back to you.
Thank you very much, Dana. It is very, very interesting indeed. We have to say there is an integration between AIPEX and Hosthub that can help joint customers that are both registered in both systems to exchange data. So the AIPEX functionality can be improved by using data for bookings and rentals from Hosthub. If anyone is interested in this integration, he can contact Hosthub or AIPEX, and we will guide you through the whole process. So let's go to the next presentation. Give me a second to open it. Oops, sorry. So in this presentation, I will give you a short description of what the Hosthub is, and then we will discuss how AI can and will change vacation rentals and how to take advantage of it. Actually, this presentation contains some ideas, and it will present 10 ways to use AI as a short-term rental manager. We will try to focus to the manager and host operations and day-to-day activities, since Dana already described the guest experience part and how this can be optimized further. So a short description, some words about Hosthub. Hosthub is a channel manager product, a PMS, property management system. And we also provide some other products like website builder, booking engine, and revenue booster. Our property management system includes all the full suite of tools that are necessary for the STR managers and hosts for their day-to-day operations, like a unified inbox to collect all messages from all channels and handle all communications from a single point. Team management, so that you can have your whole team onboarded and assign specific roles to each one of them, so that your processes and your team operations are streamlined. Expense management, so that you can record your expenses and have profit and loss reports based on your revenue that is already recorded by the channel manager and the bookings that we get, along with the expenses that you record. We provide a full set of charts and reports for all the necessary metrics that are important for your decisions as an STR manager or as a host. We also provide automated messaging, which works over our inbox, so you can define automated messages to be sent to all the connected channels using our inbox solution. And of course, we support more than 40 integrations right now in all aspects of the short-term rental industry, from access control to cleaning and task management, smart pricing, AI tools like AIPEX, and many, many other categories. Hosthub is now present in almost 90 countries worldwide, with most of them to be in the United States and in Europe, but we are expanding fast. Right now, we are 28 people. Our team consists of 28 people, mainly based in Athens, Greece, but we have also support and other team members abroad. So let's go to the main subject of this presentation, how to use AI in your short-term rental business. As I said before, we present 10 aspects, 10 ideas on how you can use modern AI and especially generative AI tools to help you in your day-to-day operations. As you can see, our main goal is to give you some ideas on how to minimize the time that is needed to do some of the works that you already do, okay, and you spend a lot of time on them. So how the generative AI and the AI in general can help you make this all these operations faster, smoother, and optimized. So the first idea is about accommodation, about rental descriptions. We all know how difficult this is. Actually, it's not difficult, it's time consuming. When we create a new listing in a channel, Airbnb, Booking.com, or your website, the first thing that is asked is to provide descriptions. But, you know, there are descriptions for many, many rentals. You need to find a way to differentiate yourself. And you may end up writing a lot of text, trying to see how you will reword or how you can rephrase your description so that they can be more appropriate and more attractive for your guests. This is an aspect where the AI part and mainly generative AI systems can help you a lot. First of all, you can start creating your rental, your listing descriptions by just describing what in general you want to say, or even give some small details about your rental, and then generative AI can take it from there, and it can create a full text describing your listing based on the input that you already provided. And this text can be, of course, it will be expressed in the correct wording and syntactically very, very correct in all the languages that you want to present it. And after that, you can refine it further, or you can improve it further, not by going in the text and editing, but just giving some guidelines and instructions to the AI system to change your description according to specific criteria. For example, you can say that the AI can provide an initial description, and you can say that please make my description more romantic, because you want to give a romantic sense to your rentals. So the AI will take the first version of the description, and it will make it a bit more romantic so that it can fit better to what you want to express in this description. Or you can make it more professional in order to target another part of the market, of the guests, of the guest personas. You can also ask it to make 5 versions for 5 similar homes. You may have 5 or more homes that are more or less similar, but you don't want to provide the same description for all of them. So you can ask the AI to give you 5 different versions for the same rentals, but with different wording, different syntax, etc. Also, you can do more, let's say, exotic things, like asking your AI to make it irresistible, so do the best it can so that this description can be very, very, very attractive for your guests. And even simpler tasks like just fix my English. If you are not a native English speaker, you can write an English text description and then ask the AI to just fix it and make it make the wording and syntax as it should be in the English language. Of course, you can do it for any other language that you prefer. The second idea, the second scenario, the second aspect is home design with AI. This is very, very, very different because it's not very popular, but it is something that can be done and it's feasible. Here we can see how an AI system, and these are specific, specialized AI system, how it can help you to actually decorate your house. Let's say that you are investing in a new apartment, a new house, and you want to use it for short-term rentals, and you are just starting building this house actually, or you're just decorating this house, and you want to get some ideas. Of course, you can open magazines, you can hire a professional or whatever, but now there are specialized AI tools that can help you do it on your own. So you can give it just an image to such tool, give it some instructions on how you want your house to be decorated, and then the AI tool can come back and make some real life suggestions. This is how it is displayed here in this screen. You can provide the image on the left, okay, or with an empty room, okay, and AI can give you a suggestion, a proposal on how you can decorate it by providing a real image, okay, a realistic, let's say, image on how the apartment will look like if you follow this design approach. Some cases, okay, some ways to do it is that you can use specific tools. I can give you some hints later, or even use ChatGPT and more, commonly used tools. Give them an image of your apartment, of your building, and then ask for some recommendations. For example, in this case, we provide this image we provided this image to the ChatGPT, and then we had the prompt. We asked it that we gave it some instructions like that. This is my current living room, and I want to convert it into an Airbnb. So we give the context to AI, and then we ask to suggest improvements. So when we give this to ChatGPT will actually come back with improvements. Okay, as you can see, it provides 7 improvements on how you can make your house better. And if you take these improvements and pass them to another, let's say, interior design AI system, it can also take these ideas and make a realistic presentation, a realistic image, a realistic picture of how your apartment will look like if you follow those suggestions. This is very, very, very impressive, and will give you many, many ideas. You can experiment with everything you want without having to hire a professional. We all know they are very, very expensive. So this is something that you can do on your own in order to be able to make your rentals as attractive as they can be. Number 3, create descriptions for property photos. This is a much simpler use case, but you all know that when we upload photos in all our OTAs and channels like Airbnb and Booking, we have the ability to provide captions, okay, provide some text to describe what this photo is about. This is also something that takes a lot of time, especially if you have 50, 80, 90, or even 100 photos, and you need to go each one of them and add some captions and add some descriptions. This will take a lot of time. But using ChatGPT right now and other AI tools, you can make it much faster. Okay, you can upload your images and photos, actually the photos of your rental, in the AI tool, and just ask simple questions. This is my living room. Describe it in detail. What AI will do in that case, it will take the photo, it will analyze this photo, and it will provide a description of this photo. It may sound a bit of, providing, duplicate information or something like that, but for many people, this works very, 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 very well. So they need to have captions, they need to have descriptions, your guests or prospects. So this is a very fast way to add captions and description to the photos of your listings. And see, here is how it will look like in the OTA, in your listing page in Airbnb or Booking or Airbnb or any other channel that you are using, where now you have the photo and you have a short or longer description under this so that you can give more insights and more details on your guests. Number 4, how AI can help you reply to reviews from guests. Okay, you know that also this part of your day-to-day operations is one of the most not challenging but demanding in terms of time that need to be spent in that process. Here is how you can do it. Let's follow the simple way. I mean, not use any tool that can do it, but let's say that we can use ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever other AI tool generative AI tool that is available out there. In that case, every time that you get a review, what will happen is that you need to respond on that. Or you get a review, and you need to respond on that in order to see what the guest is saying. But reviewing your guests many times is, the same again and again. You need to create the same review, say the same things, because there are no much information to exchange, but you don't want your reviews to look identical, to look, like are copy pasting from one guest to the other. So what you can do, you can just go to ChatGPT and give a short description of about the guest and the experience you had with this guest, and some details about the guest, like, for example, that this guest was a family with two kids, and you can ask ChatGPT or any other AI tool to suggest a reply if the review is available, or just to make a review from scratch. Okay, in the second case, you may need to provide more detail, like, for example, this guest was a family with 2 kids, we had some communication problems, suggest a reply, or he was the ideal guest, suggest a reply, and things like that. And AI and generative AI tools will return and provide you full text, well-structured, very well-structured, and in a different version every time, which you can copy as is and put it in your review. Very important here that AI comes with a new version, a different approach on this review every time you ask it. So it's very, very, very useful, because you do not look like you are, providing the same review again and again. This is very easy to do, but there are also many things that we can do here. For example, in Hosthub, we are now designing and investigating an option to be able to do it automatically. For example, to be able to get the reviews from the channels and make the system create automatic reviews and submit them to the channel, so that you don't need to do anything about it. You have the system providing automatic reviews. Of course, this is just if you want to save time when you have many bookings and many reviews. The next aspect is about analysis of reviews and suggestions for improvements. As you already know, there are many cases where you may have a very, very long list of reviews that come from your OTAs or channels, from Airbnb, from Booking, from VRBO. You have 3 different lists of reviews, and while some of the OTAs are trying to summarize them somehow or provide some insight based on these reviews, first of all, they don't do it very well all the times, and also they have only the information that is coming from their reviews. So Airbnb can summarize the quality of your rental based on the reviews that they have in their platform, but they cannot take into consideration reviews that are coming into Booking or VRBO or TripAdvisor or Expedia or other channels. What you can do with generative AI is that you can collect all this review information, okay, feed an AI tool like ChatGPT or any other tool with the full text of AI reviews, and then ask the AI to give you a summary or a report of your rental quality. And then also you can ask AI to provide some suggestions from improvements. As you can see, this will work very, very, very well. You can try it your own with, actually, I've tried it with a list of 20 reviews from different OTAs, and the results were amazing. It provided me a summary with what is wrong and what is good, which is much better than the summary that Airbnb or Booking provided on themselves. And also the suggestions were very accurate. So what you can do is that provide a long list of text, of review text, and then you can get a summary of what is happening and what needs to be done in order to improve your rental. Again, Hosthub is working on a way to make this also automatic, so that we can collect automatically all the reviews from all the channels, and using this content to be able to give you as an assessment, first of all, of your rental, which is accurate and short and easy to understand, and of course provide you with a short list of suggestions so that you can improve step by step and fix each one of them as you proceed. This is something that we are designing right now, and we hope that we will have something to announce later this year. Number six, suggestions and ideas in case of problems and crisis. In this case, when there is a problem or a crisis, you don't have a lot of time to articulate and structure a message to your guest, or to draft a plan on how to manage the situation. So in that case, AI again can help you with that. So again, using ChatGPT or using any other tool, you can pass a problem statement, a problem description to your ChatGPT and ask for suggestion how to respond to that, what actions need to be taken, and also how you should respond to the guest so that the situation can be resolved. For example, in that case, we say to the AI that the guest arrives tomorrow and you just learn that there are roadworks below the home and a lot of noise. What should I do? Okay, and the AI comes with a full description of what you should tell the guest and how you can explain this problem to the guest in the most optimal way. You can take this, copy it, and send it using using your inbox or your messaging or your Hosthub inbox, and communicate it to the guest directly. Another case actually is that, for example, the guest finds that the coffee maker isn't working properly in the morning, a crucial start to start their day. Also, in that case, Dana also described a similar case earlier. Generative AI can give you a suggestion on how you should respond on this problem, how you can manage it, and what you should tell to the guest in order to alleviate any inconvenience that may arise from this situation. Again, this will save you a lot of time when you really need it, because when you have a crisis, you need to respond very fast, be very accurate, very kind, very polite, and very to the point. And AI can help you do just that when the pressure is, let's say, bigger than usual because a crisis or a specific problem exists. Automatic responses to guests. Actually, this is a feature that we're currently working in Hosthub also, and it will be a feature that will be built over our inbox, unified inbox offering and the inbox feature. What this will do is that as you communicate with your guests using our inbox directly in their Airbnb or booking messaging platforms, or even email later, AI can do a very simple job. He can read the description, the conversation you have with your guests, and take the questions that they have, and suggest some replies for these questions automatically. This is based mainly in some content and the knowledge base that we collect from the listings from Airbnb and bookings, where you have all the descriptions and all the checking instructions and all the directions and how they can reach the house, checkout instructions and all this kind of things, house manuals. We collect all this content, and based on that, we can suggest specific responses. So instead of trying to write down manually specific responses to your guest questions, this can be generated automatically. So you just press a button, you can review it. You can review them, just press a button and send them as is. Also, there is a very useful addition on that, because the Hosthub AI system, the Inbox AI, our inbox-based AI system, will also be trained in past conversations. So if, for example, you get a question about the coffee maker, and you don't have any specific description in your listing describing your coffee maker, so AI does not know anything about it. When your first guest asks about it, you can respond manually. Okay, this is the coffee maker, and this is how it works, and this is what needs to be done. In that case, AI will take your response and will train itself with this response. So the next guest that will ask for the coffee maker, the AI can provide a suggestion, can provide the same, let's say, suggestion, which is identical, actually not identical, it's similar to the response that you gave earlier, but every time with a different version of wording and syntax and all these kind of things. So this is an AI system that learns from your content, from your listing content, from your current knowledge base, and also from past conversation. And this part is very, very, very useful because there will always be information that cannot be recorded somewhere. So you need to somehow to be able to enrich this content, enrich the AI smartness, let's say, and the AI knowledge by just typing responses and responding to your guest through the inbox. The next is about improving guest experience. I will not say much because this is what Dana's presentation was about mainly, so I think you got the idea of what this is about. In general, I just can repeat that you can send instructions to the apartment using AI, and I mean ask AI to generate them, to propose activities, to provide the virtual concierge services, or smart planning with real-time data like weather forecasts and traffic conditions and local events and schedules. This is all the package of all the AI tools that you can use in order to make your guest experience much, much better, like Dana described earlier. Now, what is coming next, actually, and this is, let's say, maybe the future of AI and also the future of AI at Hosthub. And this is what will make, in my opinion, AI much more useful and much more smart. And this is what we call natural language application handling. What is this? This is about taking actions, okay, based on natural language. For example, right now, you can, as a host or a short-term rental manager, you can open the Hosthub UI, okay, and then you can go there in the various pages that we have, the various sections of the application, and get all the information that you want. Using software with natural language is a totally new paradigm, the paradigm of how you interface with an application. In that case, for example, if you want to check the bookings or the check-ins for this month, or for example, which of your bookings are checking in next day or 2 days from now, instead of going to the list of bookings in Hosthub or in the calendar to see what is coming next, you can just go to a chat tool, an AI chat tool, and ask it, show me all check-ins for this month that need a baby code. This will go first and will find all the bookings that are checking in this month, okay, from Hosthub using the Hosthub databases, and maybe it can also get some metadata about it. For example, some notes that you can keep for these bookings, like, for example, that this booking needs a baby code or something like that. So just asking with natural language which action you want to take, the application will get all data and will respond actually again in natural language. So here you ask about the check-ins that need a baby code, and the AI tool will give you the list of the 3, let's say, bookings that check in the next month with all the relevant details. No need to open Hosthub, no need to open any other UI. You just ask a simple question in natural language. Another more, let's say, interesting example is that instead of asking some questions from your system, okay, using natural language, you can ask your system to do some actions using natural language. So, for example, you can go to such a system and tell it, send message to all my guests that are staying at any of my apartment during March 2024, that there will be no in-person check-in and they should use their keylog codes. What will happen here? With this simple request, many things will happen in the background automatically. First of all, the AI system will try to find all the bookings that will stay in your apartment during March. Okay, they will get this list, then they will find all the conversations that are related to this booking, and they will send a message to all these conversations, which also, this message will also be generated by AI. Okay, so this simple request will do a job, actually an action that it will take a lot of time, especially if you had, for example, 10 or 20 or more than 50 bookings during March. Okay, you should go to each one of them and send a message. This now will happen by just typing this short message here. And more exotic options that will come later, maybe in the future, is that you can do very, very, very important and critical operations on the PMS or channel manager system like Hosthub, just using your language. For example, you can say that I want to increase all my prices for March by 10%. So the system, the AI system, will understand your request, will go to Hosthub, or will go to any other channel, but especially Hosthub, and will do whatever needs to be done in the background, so that all your properties or specific properties will get their prices increased by a specific percentage. The AI can be smart enough so that when you ask for a price increase, it can ask you if you want to do it for all your properties or a specific set of properties. So it can also ask other things, like, for example, maybe do you want to increase it a bit more or a bit less, or things like that. But using a conversation with your AI, you can do things that now may need a lot of time to do it manually through a user interface. And of course, this will look a lot more natural. And also, you don't need a screen for that. Okay, you can drive, okay, and have your AI agent or your AI tool understand natural language using your voice, so you can drive and just say increase all my prices for March by 10% while you're driving, and everything will happen automatically. This is a huge breakthrough and a huge improvement on your day-to-day operations. And actually, this is what AI is about and how it will improve further. And one final thing is that AI can improve dynamic pricing processes. Okay, it can, for example, it can rank, or it can identify the income level of your guests, so it can adapt your prices accordingly if they're coming from, for example, from a rich country, or if they're coming from a poorer country, if they're older or younger, and things like that. And of course, they can adjust the dynamic pricing based on much more parameters than they do today, and by doing it in a much more smarter way. All these AI capabilities, especially actionable AI, like asking with natural languages and asking your system to perform specific actions, or smart pricing, are still under investigation. Hosthub is in this area for a long time now. We're investigating, we're researching what can be done using our current data sets, our current APIs, and how we can make them happen as soon as possible. We hope that even for these more, let's say, exotic AI feature, we will be able to announce specific features later this year. Of course, this is a difficult business. Okay, this is difficult, challenging technical work that needs to be done. It needs a lot of work to understand how AI behaves in all these cases. There will need to be many corrective actions, many tests that need to happen. So it will be an, let's say, iterative process that may take some time, but we believe that in the next couple of years, we will have something that will be fully workable and very helpful for your operations. This is a short summary of all the AI tools that we used for these presentations. We used ChatGPT, as I mentioned many times, Midjourney, which is an AI tool for handling and generating images. or photos or realistic representations of visual, let's say, creations. Claude AI, which is a ChatGPT rival, it's an AI system like ChatGPT, which works also very, very, very well. Room GPT and Home Designs AI are the tools that we used to experiment with interior decoration and the design of houses and rooms. This is the first. This is what we used for the first set of for the slides that were related to the room design. And of course, the Hosthub AI assistant, which is still a work in progress. We hope that we will have it in the next couple of months and can announce this feature to our customers. And the Hosthub API, which is what we use for all the actions that we described in the last part of this presentation, how we can increase your prices, how you can get information for your bookings, and all this kind of things. And of course, keep in mind that when we talk about AI, there are always many things to consider. Many of them are very, very good. There are some other things that we need to consider how we should handle them. For example, okay, everyone wants an assistant. Why not? But as a guest, who would you prefer? Would you prefer a human host to welcome you when you arrive, or you prefer a robot-like host? This is a very, very big discussion. We really don't know how this will end up and what will be the future, but these are main important concerns to consider when you are thinking about AI. We can have a Q&A session later. I will give some more details when this is concluded. That's it. This is about Hosthub and the AI ideas that we could give you in this presentation. Just to inform you that we have a special offer for all the attendants of this webinar, which is valid until the mid of May. And it offers 30% discount for the first 3 months that you register in the Hosthub application. You just need to use a code webinar AIPEX 30 when you register, and you can get this discount almost right away. That's it. I don't know, Dana, if you want to add something, or if we can spend or save 5 minutes to get any questions that you may have and respond on them if you don't have any something else to add, Dana.
Yeah, no, I would defer to any questions. I think, as it relates to the idea, like in that in your closing slides, where are we talking about ways in which robots replace humans, and how do we keep this experience of short-term rentals as personal as possible? We have a few things going, in society. There's this incredible, ramp of technology, and then we all want, human connection. I think the part that for me that resonates is when I, as a guest, have the opportunity to sort of decide for myself what kind of interaction I want. Some of the things where I just want a quick answer, I really would prefer not to bother the host, right, about some things. And as much as I would like to be, greeted and have some exchange, maybe it's been a long trip. Maybe I just want the door code. I want to get in. I want to quickly, get the Wi-Fi information. And that's where these self-help tools that AI can provide can really fill that gap and enable that guest to have the experience that they want, because they have more tools at their disposal.
I totally agree, Dana, with that. The selection between the human and the machine is always a difficult decision, but I think that each one of them will find its way and its pace, and some balance will will be achieved in any case. Let's see if we have any questions. Let's give 1 minute for any questions. If you want to ask something, just use the chat that you have, top right, I think, and type there your question, and we can answer it right away. I don't see something related about it earlier. No, let us remind again that there is an integration between AIPEX and Hosthub. If you are interested in integrating both systems, just contact our support teams, either AIPEX or Hosthub, and we will guide you through the process. In any case, after this presentation concludes, we will share with you the recorded session of this presentation so that you can review it later, and also maybe the slides that we used so that you can take a closer look, or if you need to focus on any detail. In any case, if you need anything, if you need more information on any AI aspect or more product-specific question, just do not hesitate to send us a message, and we will respond right away. I think we can close this. Dana, thank you very much. Your product looks very, very, very promising. We hope to see more from you soon, and as we improve your product, keep us posted in any case. And again, thank you very much for being here today with us.
Yeah, thank you all for joining. It's been fun. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all for attending. Bye-bye.